mostly situated north of I-44, closer to Highway 54, but a few still south of the interstate here in south central Missouri, north central Arkansas, some riding along I-49. Currently nothing severe, but heavy rain is producing the potential for maybe a little bit of some flooding today. There is a flood watch in place through 7 p.m. 4 counties here highlighted in green. Some spots may be picking up a little bit more than 2 inches for some of you this afternoon. Here's a look as we take you through lunch today. Some scattered showers, a few thunderstorms, pockets of heavy rain. There is a low severe risk as well that we'll be watching out for. Nothing widespread though, and then maybe some dry time later this evening for many before another wave of showers and storms arrives late tonight and tomorrow morning. Some of these may also pack a punch. Cooler right now where we have the heaviest of the rain. Temperatures in the mid 60s, upper 70s, almost in the low 80s in some spots like here around Springfield, 81 in Monette. We'll talk more about the severe risks and I'll time it out for you hour by hour coming up. Scattered showers, some storms with a daily chance all the way through the weekend. We'll talk about a severe risk you have though maybe today and tomorrow, and those threats broken down for you coming up next. Right now that we'll have to watch closely over the next few hours. There is a severe risk today, but right now biggest concern is kind of this larger swath of rain that's continued to dump showers and thunderstorms across some of our northernmost counties, where we do have a couple flood advisories in place to include parts of Benton, Hickory, St. Clair, Camden, Morgan, Miller County there, back over towards Vernon County as well. Once again, these areas potentially dealing with a bit of flooding in some spots. Flood advisory, so you may see some ponding on the road. As always, turn around, just take an alternate route if you do run into a flooded road. Now by the afternoon, I will say this is probably one of the most aggressive models, but a few showers, a few thunderstorms. I don't think coverage will be as great as what is shown here, but some heavy rain will be possible and lingering into the late afternoon before starting to maybe break up in coverage closer to the evening. Your evening commute will still feature a few scattered showers, a few thunderstorms, maybe some dry time late evening and early overnight before I think we watch another wave of showers and thunderstorms move on in closer to sunrise tomorrow morning. Some of these could be on the strong to severe side as well. I think these could produce maybe some really gusty winds, and it's kind of the same story this afternoon. Nothing widespread severe weather-wise, but some gusty winds, maybe some small to quarter-size hail. 9 a.m. tomorrow, a few showers hanging around, and then by the afternoon we have a cold front that's continuing to move on through. Rain situated by the late afternoon, mostly south of the interstate, and then maybe some dry time tomorrow evening. So today's severe risk, level 2, slight risk highlighted in yellow. Level 1 marginal risk for southeasternmost counties today. Winds the primary threat today and tomorrow. Maybe some large hail up to quarter size. Tomorrow, level 2 slight threat, kind of situated riding along I-44 and off to the south and east. Same severe threats there as well. Now today, temperature-wise, will be in the upper 70s to low 80s for highs this afternoon. Some may struggle to hit the upper 70s in some of our northernmost counties, though, this afternoon. And then we'll see temperatures pretty similar in the mid-70s by around 9 o'clock. Lows tonight, not necessarily your lows. I think we wake up in the upper 60s to low 70s. But that cold front I mentioned moves on through, and temperatures will actually begin to drop behind that front tomorrow afternoon. But some good news. It's very muggy today, I'm sure you've noticed, and throughout much of the day tomorrow. But that cold front will drop our humidity as well midweek for your Wednesday into Thursday before maybe it starts to go back up again heading into the holiday weekend. And it's a pretty active weather pattern throughout the entire week. We have southwesterly flow in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, and that's going to keep some daily rain chances going. Wednesday will be a little bit cooler, highs in the 60s, and then jumping back up into the 70s and 80s for the weekend ahead with more rain chances. Wednesday, rain mostly south of I-44. Small chance as well for an isolated shower Thursday. Better chance for rain comes heading into the weekend and at the start of next week. 70s to maybe even some low 80s this afternoon. Rain and storm chances for the latest radar right at your fingertips. Don't forget to download the KY3 weather app. There is also a severe warning, and that's going to be for Polk and heading into Dallas County. This does include around Bolivar. This thunderstorm right here producing some gusty winds, maybe up to 60 miles an hour. Some small hail, potentially up to quarter size, but wind will be the primary threat. threat with this heading back over towards Buffalo and Lewisburg. Severe thunderstorm warning goes until 12:45 today. There's also a flash flood warning just north of there. This goes until 3:45. Areas like Wablo, parts of maybe Osceola, Fristow, Warsaw, and Benton County have seen a lot of rain, picking up more than 2 inches so far this morning, and we'll continue to see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Flood watch in place for our counties highlighted in green through 7 p.m. today. We have a couple more hours of showers and thunderstorms. Maybe not as widespread as what this model here shows, but some thunderstorms could produce some strong gusty winds as our primary severe threat for the day today. And then this evening, rain starts to wrap up for many with some dry time early overnight before another wave of storms arrives tomorrow morning. Temperatures right now cooler where we have the most rain in the 60s, most though upper 70s to low 80s. We'll talk more about your next cold front tomorrow that will bring some slightly cooler air coming up soon. Rain and thunderstorms with the greatest coverage north of I-44. A few more thunderstorms developing along I-49. Right now we'll have to watch those closely, but right now one severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Polk into Dallas County, producing some gusty winds, some reports of maybe some pea-sized hail in spots around Bolivar. Nothing widespread though, and hail's not extremely large, but 60-mile-an-hour winds, Buffalo included in that. This goes until 12:45 today. Also watching some flooding. These boxes are flood advisories, and then this green box you see right here, that's going to be a flash flood warning in place for the next couple of hours. I believe that goes until 3:15 today. We have seen a decent amount of rain north of I-44 with some spots picking up greater than 2 inches of rain so far today. That's a lot to fall in such a short period of time. And this afternoon, I don't think storms will be as widespread as what this model here shows, but we'll hold on to some rain and thunderstorm chances through the late afternoon. Some of them could pack a punch with a severe risk, and then pretty isolated later this evening. Overnight tonight, some dry time before another wave of storms arrives tomorrow morning. Some of these could also be on the strong to severe side. Cold front continues to move on in tomorrow, and we'll see a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon with a better rain chance by 3 o'clock, mostly south of the interstate into north central Arkansas, and then wrapping up into the evening hours tomorrow. Today's severe risk, level 2, slight threat, highlighted kind of along I-44 right around and off to the north. There is a level 4 moderate risk back off to our northwest, and a level 1 marginal risk back here in southern Missouri and into northern Arkansas. Now tomorrow, level 2 slight threat, highlighted in yellow again. Today and tomorrow, wind's going to be the primary threat, gusts up to 60 miles an hour, maybe some small to quarter-size hail. But like I mentioned, wind the primary threat, as well as the potential for some flooding too, especially with daily rain chances through the week ahead. Many will see a nice solid soaking, I'd say, over the next 7 days. And you'll notice today it's warm. It's pretty humid outside. Temperatures this afternoon climbing in the upper 70s to low 80s. I do think you will be a bit cooler than this model shows in some of our northernmost counties. You'll likely be in the, we'll say, low to maybe mid 70s if you're lucky, and can rebound with some dry time this afternoon. But temperatures for everyone staying pretty warm. By around 9 o'clock, 70s still, with lows tonight in the upper 60s to low 70s waking up tomorrow morning. Our weather pattern stays pretty active. We have this southwesterly flow in the mid levels of the atmosphere, and this is going to help a couple of waves of rain and energy pass on by throughout the week ahead to give us a daily rain chance. Temperatures will cool off just a bit. Tomorrow we'll hit the mid 70s around lunchtime, and then falling by the mid afternoon for many into the 60s. 60s only for highs Wednesday, back into the 70s heading into the holiday weekend. Daily rain chances, but it's not going to rain for everyone every single day. The better chances today, tomorrow, and maybe another chance as well Friday and on Sunday. But here's how this plays out. Wednesday, some morning rain mostly south of I-44 into the early afternoon. Most will be dry though. Thursday, maybe another chance for some hit or miss showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening, and then again overnight into Friday. Friday, maybe a little bit better of a chance for some rain. Saturday, a few hit or miss showers and thunderstorms, and then Sunday, looking at maybe a few more showers and thunderstorms as well. So it is lacking showers and storms here across the Midwest up into the Great Lakes region, where we have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings back over in Indiana, up into Michigan, and then 9, we have a severe thunderstorm warning here in the Ozarks, flash flood warning, kind of a line of showers and storms with a cold front off to our west right now. Now, also looking at some snow today in the Rockies into California, Wyoming, Montana, some rain in the Dakotas into Nebraska as well. And regionally, there's a pretty decent severe risk today back over from far northwestern Missouri into parts of southeastern Nebraska and into central Kansas today. Level 4 moderate risk for severe storms today, with all severe threats looking possible for them. Tomorrow, a very large severe threat extending back from parts of southwestern Texas all the way up through the northeast. Level 2 slight threat that does extend here through the Ozarks and covers much of the state of Arkansas with that level 2 slight risk for severe storms. Also looking at a decent fire threat today back over in western Oklahoma, Texas Panhandle, into New Mexico and southwestern Kansas and into parts of Colorado for the day today as well, with some pretty gusty winds. Cold front, you can kind of see where it's situated. Cooler air behind it, highs in the 40s across parts of the Rockies today. 95 in Amarillo out ahead of that front. 94 in Washington today, Washington, D.C. 89 in Atlanta, 83 here in the Ozarks, and very muggy. We'll talk more about your storm threats over the next couple of days coming up soon. Thunderstorms still. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning, just kind of extending that old one now back off a little bit more to the northeast to include portions of northern Dallas County into southern Camden County and parts of southeastern Hickory County as well. This goes until 1:15 today. Some gusty winds up to 60 miles an hour, still the primary threat there. A wider look at what we have going on north of I-44. Some rain. Obviously, this flash flood warning is still in effect, and we'll continue to see some scattered rain and thunderstorms for the afternoon. Right now, pretty isolated though, back over into areas kind of along I-49. Passing through Neosho, just passing through Anderson, Cassville, just off to your northwest, an isolated shower. And there is a flood watch in place for our northernmost counties today through 7 p.m. So we'll watch for showers and storms. You step outside, you notice just how humid it is. It is very hot and sticky. Tomorrow through much of the day, also feeling very warm and humid. However, a cold front will bring in cooler and some slightly drier air midweek before our humidity goes back up this weekend. And once again, we do have some daily rain chances for the week. 70s to low 80s. Scattered rain and storms. Isolated storm could be severe today, so be sure to download the latest KY3 weather app for the latest radar right there at your fingertips. You'll be the first to know of any severe alerts for the afternoon. That does also include a flooding humid afternoon. Tomorrow will stay pretty humid until a cold front arrives and some slightly cooler, slightly drier air moves on in. Late Tuesday and into the day Wednesday. Still on the humid side, just not too bad. And then humidity does go back up as we head into the weekend. You'll notice though today southerly winds helping push in the warm humid air. Gusts right now around 25 to almost 35 miles an hour coming in from the south off to our west. Nearly a 50-mile-per-hour gust right now towards Stillwater, 45 towards Tulsa, Wichita. And we'll continue to see gusty winds for us this evening. Maybe not that strong, but some gusts around 25 to 30 tonight. Now, more rain on the way despite a cold front passing on by. We'll see showers and storms tonight, tomorrow morning, and a daily chance all the way through the week. Rainfall total wise, including today, many will pick up, I'd say, at least 1.5 inches to more than 3 inches of rain over the next 7 days. More than 3 inches would likely be north of I-44. I mean, some spots today have already picked up more than 4 inches of rain back up towards our northernmost counties around Highway 54 and back into central Missouri. So we'll continue to look at more showers and storms. It's great, though, into parts of northern Arkansas where drought conditions are extreme to exceptional. So we'll continue to watch rain overnight tonight. And I want to talk a little bit more again about that severe threat that you have tonight coming up soon. Thunderstorms in some of our northeasternmost counties. Wave of rain and storms, though, back off to our west over in Kansas right now with a couple tornado warnings there. That line of storms moves on into our neck of the woods overnight tonight and could bring us a chance for some strong to severe storms. Damaging wind, our primary threat, maybe some quarter-sized hail, and there is a very low, just not zero, tornado risk. Upper 60s to low 70s. Yeah, those are your lows tonight. Very warm and windy. Be sure to download the KY3 weather app for the latest updates and radar right there at your fingertips. And of course, any watches, warnings that are issued for your location while you're asleep tonight or for the morning commute tomorrow, you will find them there. And stick around for KY3 news at 5, and I'll time the whole system out again hour by hour. Then some sunshine right now. We are left with still a few lingering showers and thunderstorms in some of our northeasternmost counties. A lot of lightning in Pulaski County, just past through Waynesville, heading into Phelps County up towards Rolla right now. Nothing severe, but very heavy rain, a lot of lightning, and flash flooding still a problem. We've seen a lot of rain north of the interstate today, and flash flood warnings in place for these green boxes you see right here going until 8 p.m. today. Rain is starting to wrap up though for some of those areas, but more tonight. There is a flood watch in place that's going to actually be through 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, and that is for those same counties north of I-44 mostly. A couple of dry hours tonight before another wave of storms pushes in tomorrow morning. I don't think they're going to be as nasty as these look right here, but some of these could be on the strong to severe side. Damaging winds, maybe some quarter-size hail, and a very low, just not zero, tornado risk. We have a little bit of rain hanging around through the mid-morning for your morning commute, and temperatures will be cooler tomorrow afternoon, but it's been a hot day. The exception of our northernmost counties in the 60s right now, most in the 80s. We'll talk more about when highs are only in the 60s though coming up soon. Completely dry, and we're watching rain and thunderstorms continuing to work their way on out of our area. Still a few lingering around though back over in Phelps County, mostly Marys County, eastern Marys County. Some heavy rain passing through Rolla, but nothing severe right now aside from still some flash flood warnings that we have in place. And yes, rain is clearing out there, but it will take a while for all of the rain you've seen to kind of settle, as we still very likely have some ponding on roadways at least. And we also have a flood advisory highlighted in this green box you see right here for parts of Benton and Morgan County as well, continuing into the evening. Over the next few hours, many dry out, and we'll enjoy a couple dry hours before our next wave of rain and storms moves on in closer to sunrise tomorrow morning. I'd say just before, really, maybe around 3-4 o'clock into some of our northwesternmost counties, continuing towards I-44 by around 4 a.m. I don't think these storms look as nasty as what's shown here on Futurecast, but still some could be severe, with you see them becoming a little bit more disorganized the further south they go. Still some heavy rain, and there is a severe risk for tonight into tomorrow morning mostly. Tomorrow afternoon, rain and a few thunderstorms south of I-44. But many are dry by the evening and overnight hours. So today into tonight, level 2 slight threat. That'd be mostly for damaging winds in our neck of the woods up to 60 miles an hour, and the potential for maybe up to quarter-size hail. There is a very low, just not zero, tornado threat as well. Wind our primary threat though. Tomorrow, level 2 slight risk highlighted in yellow here, kind of on either side of I-44 and off to the south. Tomorrow, wind will be kind of the primary threat that we look out for. Now this evening, temperature-wise, staying warm and humid. It won't be as warm as what's shown here in this model in our northeastern counties. You guys have been cooler today with more rain, but most in the mid to upper 70s still, with lows tonight in the upper 60s, even some low 70s waking up. Highs will be hit likely around lunchtime tomorrow and then fall behind a cold front. So here's 4 p.m. ranging from the low 60s northwest towards Stockton, and then low 70s further off to the south and east. Our weather pattern stays very active this week with daily rain chances. Now, all thanks to this kind of southwesterly flow pattern. Couple waves of energy pass by basically through the week. We have our best rain coverage today into tomorrow. Wednesday, a few showers and isolated thunderstorms. Thursday, another lower chance. Friday, maybe looking a little bit better for some rain. Could be on the widespread side at times. And then Saturday, more hit or miss to widely scattered showers possible. So daily rain chance all the way through the holiday next Monday. Here's a look Wednesday morning, maybe a few showers waking up in the afternoon, mostly south of I-44. Many seeing some dry time. Thursday, better rain chance more so in the late afternoon and evening hours, and then more rain on Friday. Some better rain coverage on Friday will continue into the early overnight, and then Saturday kind of more widely scattered, we'll say. Won't be a complete washout of a weekend for Saturday, but more rain on Sunday, more rain on Monday evening, and Wednesday. Feeling a little bit better.
Very, very humid today.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Wasn't great. Now, your other school question for the day today: how fast do large raindrops fall? Is that 2 to 5 miles an hour, 10 to 15, or 20 miles an hour?
I'm going to go big.
Go big or
I'm going to go 20.
And you are correct.
Hey,
Good way
all
to start
right.
the week off. That's pretty fast
Okay.
for a raindrop.
Yeah, if you've been hit by a big raindrop, you know it's moving.
Yeah.
All right, she's back home after winning the biggest singing competition in the U.S. Hannah Harper's excitement about returning to the Ozarks next at 5.